You might have some sentences in your notes or even in your plan which are quite short sentences. Today you're going to learn how to expand your sentences so they are longer and contain more information about the animal or plant that you've chosen to write about. Here we have a sentence about cats. Cats were domesticated. I'm using a selection of questions to develop this sentence. When were they domesticated? Who domesticated them? And why were they domesticated? I can find out that information. When was 4,000 years ago? Who? The ancient Egyptians. And why were they domesticated? To hunt rodents, mice and rats, etc. Then I can use this extra information to develop that first sentence, to expand it. Around 4,000 years ago, cats were domesticated by ancient Egyptians to hunt rodents such as mice and rats. So I'm using the questions to help me to develop my sentence. Choose some appropriate questions to develop some of your sentences. Here are some more examples. Dolphins eat fish. How? How do they catch fish? Why do they eat fish? And where do they find fish? Or where do they catch it? Dolphins eat fish by hunting by surrounding shoals of fish. Why do they eat fish and not plants in the sea? They depend on the energy and water from that prey. Where do they hunt or eat fish? They chase prey into shallower water. So now I can expand my sentence using this information. Dolphins, which depend on the water and energy from their prey, hunt by surrounding shoals of fish and chasing them into shallower water. Now it's your turn to have a go. Can you expand the following sentence using the question words? My question words are, where? We have pandas live in forests. Where are these forests? In the remote and mountainous regions in China. Why do they live in forests? Because they have a cool climate and they contain bamboo, which pandas eat. Can you think of a sentence that you could create using these extra notes and the first sentence? Pause the video here to have a go. I'm going to show you a sentence that you may have written or something similar to this one. Pandas, which prefer a cool, wet climate, live in remote mountainous bamboo forests in China. Here are some more activities for you to practice. Lions live in family groups. What questions could you ask about this sentence? In the bottom right of this side here, we have some different questions that you could use. Who, what, when, where, and why. Choosing the appropriate question is really important. I can't really ask who about lions live in family groups because who is normally referred to talk about people. I could use what. What is the name of a family group of lions? I can't really use when because it's all the time. Where do lions live in family groups? I can probably find some information about that. And why do they live in family groups? What's the reason for lions living in family groups? Here I've given you the notes about those questions. What? A group of lions is called a pride of lions. Where do they live? On the African savannah. Why? They live there for protection and hunting. Pause the video here to write a sentence about lions using all three of the answers to these questions. Here's another one for you to practice. Emperor penguins live in freezing temperatures. How do they live in freezing temperatures? By huddling together in a large group. Why? Because there are very few predators. And where? In Antarctica. Can you create an expanded sentence about emperor penguins and where they live using the extra information given with the questions? Pause the video to have a go. And your last practice, expand this sentence using the question words. We've got eagles hunt. How do they hunt? Eagles hunt by watching for prey, swooping down and grabbing in their talons. When? Usually in the early morning. Where? 100 foot up in the sky. 1,000 foot up in the sky. Pause here to practice expanding the sentence eagles hunt using the notes next to the questions given. When you've written all 3 of these practice sentences, send a picture of it into the information email for Year 6.